After that, we see that Amy meets up with Shadow, and she explains that Metal was the one to take Sonic out, and with his code being all messed up, they're not even sure if Eggman had anything to do with it. But hearing this, Shadow still decides to go ahead and get Rouge and seek out Eggman anyway, because he knows that if Eggman gets word that Sonic is gone, he's going to take that chance to actually attack the crew. Meanwhile, we get this image of Tails, and he's learned that Metal Sonic almost has all of Sonic's memories. And it's kind of weird because it almost seems like when they butted head, like Sonic transferred his memories over to Metal or either knocked something loose in his programming. I also find it kind of cute that Rouge is over here in the back kind of watching over Tails, acting like a mother figure, because Tails is starting to isolate. And this reminds Rouge a lot of what Shadow kind of does when he's kind of feeling down or when he's stressed. And I think this is why she actually gets Shadow to speak with Tails. If anybody knows about grief and loss, it's definitely him. And for those of you that may not know what I'm talking about, this little girl here in the bottom of the panel is actually Maria Robotnik, and she was basically Shadow's best friend. And if you watched any of my other Sonic videos, you've already probably seen me kind of give her backstory, but basically she lost her life right in front of Shadow. Now, surprisingly, when Shadow does go and speak with Tails, he actually does a pretty good job, especially considering that he's not great like with his emotions. And he lets Tails know that life will go on and you have to keep going. He also tells him to remember that as long as you keep Sonic's memory alive, they will never truly be gone. And at the bottom of the panel, we can see that Tails does seem to actually appreciate the talk. But later that night, he ended up sneaking out and going to Eggman's base, which he learned was recently abandoned. And it looks like Tails is looking for material to repair Metal, but as he's searching, he steps onto something wet, and it turns out to be what is left of Eggman. Tails also finds this type of pistol here, and after looking around, I learned that this weapon was made by Eggman, and instead of using bullets, it actually uses negative emotions, creating something like chaos energy. And while the weapon doesn't look like much, each shot can penetrate almost anything. After gathering up all the items that he needed, we see Tails goes back to his lab and starts to fix up Metal. And his theory is that now that Metal doesn't have something giving him orders, and also due to all the damage that he's taken, Metal has gone back to his core programming, which of course was to be Sonic. And this is where we see that Tails has started to see Metal as the real Sonic, even going as far as calling him his brother, showing us that this may be another one of those AUs where Tails has completely lost his mind. When looking on Instagram, I also saw that the creator added more backstory with Eggman and Metal, and judging by this image here, it seems like Metal attacked Eggman. And then we see this side where Metal says, "I think I unlocked some part of my brain that I shouldn't have." And then he says to Eggman, "Your input is no longer wanted," which explains why he attacked Robotnik in the first place.